Good morning. Welcome to the Akma General Insurance Daily Dose of Sales FB Live. The session is brought to you by Academy, where we share knowledge for professionals in the industry. The topic will be creating financial independence through income protection. I am JP, your trainer for today. So let me start by asking you, what's your definition of financial freedom? By living while may capacity sila to need and at the time mga wants din nila. Enjoying their lifestyle, like traveling, dining out, shopping na hindi mo na kailangan tignan yung price. Tama? Kasi marami na rin tayo or even naranasan struggles in making both ends meet. So, what happens if sakto lang, kapos yung yung pera na or itinatabi mo will dictate this that you will make. Think about it. Alam ko na ikaw na nakikinig yun, okay, are a very responsible person. So, if you're cash right now, okay, you are actually confronted with the dilemma na gusto ko sana mag-travel, huwag na lang, ang tuition na lang ng anak ko to. 'Di ba? Your situation actually is being dictated ano magiging choices mo. With that being said, more than ever, kailangan mo talaga magsimula. Take first step towards financial independence. So you know what? Everyone has dreams in life, okay? For themselves, for their loved ones. And in order for you to have a clearer path towards financial independence, you have to determine first where you really stand financially. I want to ask you now, and I want you to be truly honest with yourself. What financial goals have you achieved so far? I'm sure meron sa inyo, 20s, 30s, 40s, or even a bit more advanced age. Iba-iba ang magiging sagot ninyo. Okay? Meron, some of you might answer, this is very simple yet very effective and motivating para sa inyo. May nasimulan na ako i-program. Ay na sinasagot mo ngayon. May savings na ako, maybe not that much, but I started na. So how about the others? Okay? You are able to buy your first car, build your dream home, or the others, baka sabihin mo, I have stricken off some items on my bucket list like traveling to Europe, okay, owning my own business. Wow. Congratulations. So what does this mean to you? Diba, while you're contemplating on it, ang sarap sa pakiramdam, doesn't it motivate you even more? Inspires you to do more? Okay? So go ahead. Set your eyes on your next milestone. So with that being said, ano pa ba ang gusto mo ma-achieve? What's your next milestone? I'm now challenging you. Isipin mo what would you like to achieve next? Or better yet, what's the next important milestone that you need to achieve? You might want to start your own family or have your house renovated, prepare for your kids' education, have a comfortable life at retirement, expand your business, travel some more. So whatever you have achieved, be grateful for it. Okay? Use it as a stepping stone. Then really paint a picture in your mind that you are able to get your other dreams pa. Come on, I'm challenging you right now. Imagine yourself, you're able to achieve those things. How do you feel? Okay? Or ganito, baka naman yung iba sa inyo, kaya sasabihin sa akin ngayon, eh wala pa ako na-achieve. I'm still young. I'm just starting. Well, regardless, if you're just starting, set your eyes on your first milestone. Okay? Kung nakapagsimula ka naman na, then set your eyes on the next one. Maniwala ka, each time you think about your dreams, it will keep you on your toes. And you know what? All the dreams that you want, okay, will actually form part of your personal timeline. Okay? And yung mga dreams na sinasabi mo kanina or naiisip mo would fall on different periods. Kasi as you go along, you will certainly reach milestone after milestones. Okay? And you would also notice that your set of priorities change as you pass through different stages of life. Okay? From being single to getting married, from having kids to sending them off to school, from retirement to sustaining ourselves to old age, we continue to dream. Okay? I'm sure, that meron sa inyo, different stages already. Okay? Let me help you figure this out further. If you are single, you would normally desire luxury for yourself, right? Up-to-date gadgets, travels, leisures in life. Okay? The reason being is, of course, you don't have any responsibilities yet. Okay? Oh, for those who are married naman here listening to me, okay, I'm pretty sure, you would like to have security and comfort in life. Tama? Security because you are now starting your family. Okay? Of course, regardless kung breadwinner, ikaw ang breadwinner o dalawa kayo ng better half mo nagtatrabaho, at the back of your mind, you want to have that sense of security that you will be able to provide for your basic needs. Am I right? Okay? Then of course, part of the security, funds for emergencies. Okay? Then priorities further change when you have kids already. Also, sa mga may dependents na here, sa may mga chikiting. Okay? So, what do you think would your priorities be? I'm sure. Okay, so ang sasagot mo ka, syempre, I want to provide for my kids. I want to send them to school. Very good. Okay? So, yan talaga ang nagiging priorities when you have dependents already. Okay? To give them a better chance in life, of course. Pag gusto mo pag-aralin sa magandang school. Okay? Then, of course, after that, when you're about to retire, you want to have a comfortable life at retirement, doing the things that you now have time for. And of course, even pursuing your passion. Now, all this na mga binanggit ko will be part of your personal timeline. These are priorities and your milestones for each life stage. So I'm asking you right now, fast forward yourself per life stage and see yourself achieving those milestones after milestones. So how do you feel now? Excuse me. So, my dear audience, okay, that is how you will achieve financial independence by preparing for these milestones. And when you are already on that perceived future of yours, you will get to say to yourself, it was a well planned journey. But of course, though I always ask you to imagine it, it will not have to end there. So, what should you do? Okay. So, as mentioned earlier, I know that all of you may be in different stages right now. Okay. So, whatever stage you're in, definitely aside from your lifestyle, getting what you want and need, you will also need to prioritize for any health emergencies. The reason, okay, I'm going to ask you, do you know exactly when you will get sick? Do you even plan for it? Can you? Or, better question, are you exempted? Are you exempted from being ill? Siyempre hindi. Okay? That's why you have to do health fund planning. Okay? So here's another milestone for you. For your short-term goals, you may want to travel or even you may be getting your house, your first car. Okay? And since you may just be starting, you may not have enough yet to pay for it right away. So what will you do? Get a loan from the bank. But of course, that would also entail having to pay for amortization. And definitely you will need to protect those assets from any unforeseen events. And for that reason, you have to do asset protection planning as well. Okay? Now, since meron sa inyo, who's starting a family na, may dependents na rin who rely on you. You would also need to prioritize having funds for emergencies and protect your income. Okay? So, that's the reason why you need to have income protection planning. Now, for your long-term goals, you will need to ensure that you have enough funds to put your kids to good schools in college. Okay? And at the same time, you're also preparing for your life at retirement. So for that, you need to do education and retirement fund planning. And definitely during your retirement years, you still need to have the need to provide for your wants and needs. Meron ka na ring additional medical spending, smooth transfer of your wealth, and more importantly, with as little conflict and expenses as possible. That's why you need to have estate planning as well. Now, if you would notice from your current stage up to your long-term goals, it can actually be addressed by providing an insurance protection for life, health, and asset. Okay. And for your retirement needs, well, it can actually be addressed to our retirement and wealth transfer solutions. Let me share with you some important facts about these priorities. Okay? To all parents out here or sa mga tumutulong sa pagpapaaral sa mga pamangkin nila. Okay? Mga pamangkin ninyo, what's your motivation? What's your personal reason why you send them to school? Well, we would want to send our kids to good schools to give them a better chance in life. Tama? Okay? So, I once had a classmate, sabi niya, ang hirap naman netong subject na to. Para saan ba? Hindi ka naman gagamitin to pag nagtrabaho na ako. Okay? Well, ladies and gentlemen, education has a deeper meaning. Okay? What it teaches a student is how to solve a problem, not just knowing the subject. Okay? Well, that's the reason why education is important. It's not just about the grades. Well, magandang validation yan. Okay? But the deeper essence is it is preparing the individual for the real world, real life problems. Well, unfortunately, a lot of Filipinos cannot even afford to go to school. In 2020 alone, it is said that 4.4 million Filipinos are unable to enroll due to lack of funds. That is according to SWS survey. Now, at the beginning of 2022, out of 2022 pa to okay, so population natin, 412 million, almost 35% belong to children below age 15 and below. What does that mean? There are a lot of kids out there who would like to go to school and parents who would be needing help on how to prepare for it. For retirement, did you know that life expectancy of Filipinos now is still at 71 to 80 years old? That is according to the data from the worldbank.org. Good news, man, for you. What do you think? Okay. Well, it may sound as a good news because Filipinos now would live longer. That's true. Okay. But it would also imply that there are other expenses through old age, like frequent visit to the doctors, maintenance medicines, and of course, day-to-day expenses pa. Okay, so sige. Imagine yourself retired ka na. How would you like to spend it? Stay at home? Chilling? Relax lang? Or are you worrying about tomorrow? Well, gone are the days that when we talk about retirement, it is being symbolized by a rocking chair. Okay? I'm sure ikaw, when you retire, you would like to retire in style. Tama? Okay. So enjoying your life, doing the things that you now have time for, like traveling, getting what you want, all while being able to provide for what you need. Mm. Yun nga lang, 80% of Filipinos age 60 and above are not financially prepared for retirement. Anong ginagawa? Some still try to work through their golden years, while others rely on their kids for financial support just to get by every day. While the others rely on government benefits. Now, kung eto man, one or two or kahit lahat ng yan, naiisip mo, pwede mo pang retirement, my question to you is, would that be enough? Another question, follow-up question lang for you, ha? Are you willing to give up that comfortable life that you have dreamed of when it's time for you to retire? That's something for you to think about. Now, for the unexpected events, okay? According to World Data Atlas, mortality rate of Filipinos now age 15 and 60 is at around 38%. Okay? So the age range includes those who are just starting to have their family or has a growing family already. And alam mo ba, 77% of our population do not have any financial protection according to BSP, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So can you imagine that? If you're the breadwinner, belong to this age range, suddenly you kick the bucket. How can your family survive? So one more thing, okay? Still in the unexpected events, when stricken with any of these five top five killers in the Philippines, like heart attack, stroke, diabetes, hypertension, and cancer. Alam mo ba that aside from physical suffering that one has to endure, there are other burdens that go along with it. It is a fact that a lot of Filipinos are not prepared financially when this happens. Kasi ang average medical cost of treating cancer or stroke is around 1 million pesos. Remember, bills do not end after the procedure or confinement. There will still be medications, visit to the doctors, even therapy. Well, comparing it with the average savings of Filipinos, it only amounts to 36,000 pesos. That is according to BSP as well. Okay? 36,000 pesos a month. Do you think if magkaroon ka ng ganitong klaseng sakit, wag naman sana, no? You will be able to sustain the medical bills with that kind of savings? Hindi talaga aabot. Kaya ito talaga umuubos ng kabuhayan ng isang tao. If hindi ka prepared. Okay? Ang mahirap is, you're not the only one who is affected, but your loved ones as well. Well, some of you may argue na meron naman akong some sort of a health fund source. Well, pwede. Sasabihin mo, meron ka HMO, may free health, that's good. I'm all for that. I would actually advise you talaga to have them. Maganda yun eh. But another question, would that be enough? Studies show that even with these sources, still 56% pa rin of the total medical bills will still be out of pocket. Out of pocket expense pa rin yan. And to make matters even worse, medical inflation rose to 10.1% during the pandemic. Okay? And because of that, okay, 2021, additional 3.9 million Filipinos are living in poverty due to medical obligations. Okay, remember this, Okay, remember this. It is in our nature that when we get sick, we want to get well. But it will always come with a price. I hope you heard that. Okay? It will always come with a price. Okay? Now that you have seen some important facts about these needs, what do you think would you prioritize? Remember, all of this na pinakita ko are part of your personal timeline. So regardless of what you choose, you will still need to fulfill the others. Well, ngayon, you might be wondering, lahat naman pala kasi importante, JP. So what should I prioritize? Okay, ikaw na nakikinig sa akin yan, let me help you further. Okay, let me help you further kung paano ka makakapag-decide. Okay? All those milestones that we've talked about can be divided into two categories: the expected and the unexpected events. Okay? So for the expected events such as education of our kids, okay, for a better future, or even comfortable life at retirement, we actually save and invest to secure these financial goals. But despite knowing that this will happen eventually, a lot of people still struggle to prepare for it. Okay? Bakit? Lack of planning and discipline. And of course, situation may even take a downturn. Turn for the worse, due to unexpected events like sudden loss of a breadwinner, contracting critical illness, or even property damage. This can actually derail you. This can really derail you from achieving your goals. And it gives the most impact to you, your family, and your lifestyle. So this is why in the hierarchy of financial needs, the unexpected events are at the base. You need to secure the foundation so that you will be able to prepare for what may happen anytime. Okay. All these things that I'm showing you right now are like pieces of the puzzle. Okay? You can only truly achieve financial independence if you are able to fit all the pieces together. Hindi pa pwedeng mawawala kahit isa man lang dyan. Well, you could prepare for both the expected and address the unexpected events through saving and budgeting. Very simple, right? Saving and budgeting lang naman pala. But why do a lot of people still fail? So sa tingin mo, okay? What do you think? I'm pretty sure some of you may have experienced struggling financially in the past or baka until now. So this is the perfect time for you to contemplate on this. Okay? While yung iba naman, baka iba sa inyo, you have seen it with your relatives, your close friends, your office mates. Okay? Or baka naman nakikita mo lang sa news. Well, whatever it is, there will always be financial struggle na makikita mo around you. It's because of lack of planning and discipline as mentioned earlier. Okay? Planning on how you will achieve your goals, okay? And the discipline on executing the plan relentlessly. Now, you could actually start executing it through saving. Okay? Pero wag naman sana, no? Okay? What if for some reason you are unable to work anymore starting today? How long do you think you can survive financially? Worry-free ka kaya? Or would you start selling what you have just to sustain your day-to-day expenses? Now, listen carefully here. The key to your financial success lies with savings. Ano ba kasi ang savings na yan? Okay? Bata pa tayo, naririnig yan natin yan sa mga lolo't lola natin, sa mga magulang natin. Savings is actually a delayed gratification. I will save my money now, earn some interest on it so I can have a better financial standing in the future. Delayed gratification. Di ba? May nabanggit tayo kayo na yung struggles. Sige, next time na lang kami magta-travel. Next time na lang kami magka-family vacation. Next time na lang bibili yung gusto ko. Next time na lang, next time na lang. But this time, it's not because you are limited. Okay? The reason now is you have a bigger goal for your future. Kaya nga delayed gratification eh. Okay? Yung choices mo hindi na limited ngayon. You have something to look after, to look forward to. Savings. Sounds simple enough, tama? But every time you receive your salary, what do you do? I won't blame you for this, okay? It is a natural tendency that people worry about the bills, loan repayment, okay, mga grocery, mga fixed expenses, okay? Pero eto, I hope you're not guilty about this, okay? Baka naman you're making purchases more than what you need. Sobra-sobra yung mga binibili mo. Or worse, baka naman you're buying stuff that you really don't need at all. Things that are not necessary. Mentality of most Filipinos, okay? They tend to spend first and then save whatever's left. Yun nga lang, with this kind of mentality, usually the balance is zero. The correct mindset should be save first and then spend whatever's left. This way, you will be able to build funds for your future goals. Create a positive cash flow for yourself. Oh, baka naman you will be telling me, I have no idea how to save eh. Well, don't worry. I will teach you one of the savings regime tips. Okay? So how much should you save every month? Well, I'm not saying that you have to save all your monthly income. That would be very impractical. Bakit? Of course, you have bills to pay. You have to buy food and whatnot. Okay? But the idea is you have to pay yourself first. Yeah. The rule of thumb, once a common income mo, okay, you can allocate 50% of that kaagad for your basic needs. 30% can be spent for your lifestyle and nice to have. Siyempre naman, to enjoy your lifestyle, ano? Enjoy the present. Okay? And then, magkano yung balance natin? 20%. 20% will now be for your savings. Okay? Earlier you have determined na how much you will be needing for your or what or your milestones would be, right? You can now use the 20% for those milestones. Now, let me also give you one budgeting tip. Okay? You have to manage your expenses. Okay, so eto, you're creating positive cash flow na for yourself. Meron ka ng 20% na savings. Now, to add to that, manage your expenses. And how to do that? It is best known, it is best to know where your money really goes. You need to categorize your expenses to see if your money was well spent or not. Well, a lot of people I talk to realize a lot of things when I do this exercise with them. This is what we call the ACMA PISO expense. Okay? PISO, it's an acronym. Okay? P is for priorities. These are for your basic necessities in life. Things that you cannot live without, like food, shelter, clothing. Siyempre, hindi ka naman mabubuhay kung wala kang pagkain, tama? Hindi ka naman lalabas sa bahay kung wala kang saplot. Okay? Indispensable expenses are necessary expenses at your current stage, like tuition fees for your kids, your utilities, and even insurance premiums. Okay? Of course, yung S, meron naman din tayong side interest. Okay? This is for your nice to haves. These are expenses for you to enjoy your current lifestyle, like buying bags, shopping, movie hopping. Okay? But of course, meron din tayong tinatawag na of no value. Okay, like buying daily coffee, regular night out with friends. These are considered things that talaga of no value for you. Bakit? They don't add any value to you whatsoever. These are just wants, not necessarily needed. Okay? So, kailangan may categorize mo talaga. Okay? Now, let me share with you. Okay, let me share with you my experience when I talk to my customers before. So eto bibigay ko sa example. This particular customer that I talked to was very much surprised when we did this exercise. Okay, so I want you to grab a pen and paper. So try to do it with me as well. Okay, so we will now analyze the monthly expenses and see if the money was spent wisely or not. So mga nakikita niyong items dyan, okay, these are the normal items na binabanggit din ng mga customers that I talk to. Okay? So, the figures that I will show you, sample lang to of the person that I talked to before. Okay? So, medyo malaki-laki family. Grocery niya is 25,000. Okay? Gumagastos din siya ng 25,000 for his a house. Okay? Clothing, buong taon naman hindi naman daw siya namimili ng wardrobe. Okay, so pero kapag sinumatotal yan, nasa almost 24,000. So, sinarado namin 2,000 pesos per month. We're looking for the monthly expenses kasi. Utilities is 12,000. Mga meron siya for vitamins and whatnot, 1,500. So, the total monthly expense for the priorities is actually 65,500. And ang annualized niyan, 786,000 pesos. Okay? Now, we go to the indispensable. Ikaw magkano? So you could actually total it. Okay? So meron ka namang calculator dyan sa tabi mo. Go ahead. I-add mo na kagad para malaman mo. You'll have an idea magkano monthly expenses mo. Then multiply it by 12 para makuha yung annual. Okay? So, let's now go to the indispensable expenses. Okay? May pinag-aaral siya, maabot ng 10,000 pesos a month. Insurance premiums around 7,500. Okay, sa transportation niya, roughly 6,000 pesos. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi ko sa iyo kanina, okay? Na it may not be much, but I have started na. Ayan, at least meron siyang 5,000 savings every month. Okay? Total niya is 28,500 for the indispensable expenses. So annual niya is 342,000. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Okay? That's the reason why you need to categorize your expenses and lift them down. Okay? Lift them down. Side interest niya, I think you'll also be surprised. Papakita na natin kaagad yung total here sa entertainments niya. Okay, so bags, shoes, okay, dine out with the family, okay. So lahat ng yan, naisama na yung mga entertainment like for example, kasama na diyan din yung sa mga movies, right? So mga CDs or Blu-ray kung nag-aano rin siya niyan. Now, pati ikaw, you might want to justify this. Okay? Hobbies. 1,000 pesos lang naman ang binabudget ko dyan eh. Maybe for smoking, drinking, or as simple as a snack, daily snacks, or self-indulgence ko na to. Chocolates. Well, yes. First glance, 1,000 pesos a month. Well, hindi naman ganun kalakihan. That is a month. Multiply that by 12. Okay? So, magkano rin yan sa self-indulgence mo? Now, the reason why I told you it's gonna be very interesting, tinotal namin yan, is the same as his indispensable expenses. Can you imagine that? Yung self-indulgence mo, yung nice-to-haves mo, is actually equal to your indispensable expenses, necessary expenses at your life stage. Diba? That's the importance of doing this piece of expense. So, 342,000 annual. And of no value. Okay? So, daily coffee, night out with friends, 5,000. Unused monthly subscription. Total niyan, well, 12,000 pesos. It is still 144,000, okay, per year. So, ibig sabihin yan, let's compare. Okay, let's compare this. Your priorities and indispensable amounts to 1,176,000 per year. 1.17 million, close to 1.18 million pesos per year. Now, for your nice to haves or side interest and of no value, magkano total niyan dalawang yan per year? Almost 500,000. Ikaw, magkano lumabas dyan sa expenses mo per category? Okay? Total it. Tapos, i-total mo yung priorities plus indispensable and then compare it with your side interest plus of no value. How much? You will now have a better idea on how to manage your money better. But what I am telling you right now is you have to fully commit yourself in doing it. Dalawa dapat that you need to do. Commit yourself in doing it. Ano yung dalawang yan? Saving and managing your expenses. Okay? Now that you have an overview of where your money really goes, you can create a positive cash flow for yourself. Okay? You may actually eliminate the items that don't really add value to you. And then, cut down. I'm not saying talagang tanggalin mo totally. You may cut down a bit. Okay? Some of your nice to haves. Yung mga self-indulgence mo. Then, this positive cash flow can now be used to prepare for your number one priority. Okay? Let me reiterate. Okay? So, to help you further, kung ano talagang dapat mo i-prioritize. We don't want it to happen, of course. Okay? And it is quite difficult, especially in our culture as Filipinos. Okay? to even think about it, leaving our loved ones behind. Tama? I'm sure ma-agree ka. Ayaw nga natin kumisa pag-usapan. Ayaw, pag-usapan niya napaka-morbid naman. No. Okay? As a financial planner, we have to face the fact that we have to plan, that you have to plan. Okay? Yun nga eh. Ayaw natin pag-usapan kaya nagkakaroon ng mga financial struggles. The reason, alam mo ba kasi kung kailan mangyayari yun? Okay? Can you expect that? Sige, after 5 years, after 10 years, at age 65, age 70, pwede na akong kunin ni Lord. Can you see that? That's why, as a financial planner, kasi it may happen anytime, right? That's why, as a financial planner, what I suggest is to prepare for the unexpected first, especially when someone is actually relying on you. And we call that income protection. Ano ba kasi ang income protection na yan? Okay? Especially if you're a breadwinner, for example, okay? Kumikita ka ng 100,000 pesos a month. That's the amount that you give to your family month in, month out. Because of you, well, of course, grace and mercy ni God. But, ginagawa ko instrument, yung 100,000 na yan, okay? It puts food on the table. Your kids are going to school, good schools. You can pay the bills. You can buy what your family needs. And sometimes even wants. You can enjoy your life. But what if you suddenly kick the bucket? Kinuha ka ni Lord. Who will provide that for your family? Can you answer that? Who will provide for your family? Well, so you have to create financial independence by building your foundation, the financial foundation, starting with income protection. Let's start with income protection. Okay? Hindi mo kasi alam kung kailan mangyayari yan eh. Better be prepared. Okay? So we talked about this earlier. Okay? Can you imagine that? Death rate of Filipinos between age 15 and 60 is around 38%. 37.17% to be exact. Okay? Ikaw, nakausap ko ngayon. Do you belong to this age range? If you are, okay? If you do belong to this age range, do you want to be part of that 38% death rate? Well, it's statistics. Okay, we can't argue with that. We cannot argue with statistics, with the data. Okay? Now, let me paint a picture para sa'yo. Okay? What if part ka ng 15 and age 15 and 60 age range? Okay? If kung nakasama ka man doon sa 37.17%, wag naman sana. But worse, you're part of that 77% who do not have any life insurance coverage. Paano yung asawa mo? Paano yung mga anak mo? Who will provide for them? Do you want to be part of these statistics? Again, we can never know when this will happen. But there's a 77% yan, you can actually take control of it. Pwede ka umalis. Okay? It's your choice. Now, I want to ask these questions to you. And again, be very honest with yourself. Okay? A lot of people I talk to would answer this. Talagang they realize something. Why do you think it is important for you to prepare for your income protection need? So the normal answer ng mga kausap ko, definitely I want to be sure that my family will still have enough funds to live, to live the same lifestyle that they're used to, kahit wala na ako. How about you? Do you feel the same? Yes, yan ang normal na sagot. And you are right. Very important yan. Pero come to think of it, why do you want your family to have enough funds even after you're gone? Siyempre, you don't want them to struggle, right? You don't want to make them feel that you left them a burden. Well, you may give different reasons, different answers, but it all boils down to one thing. You want to have peace of mind. You want to sleep soundly at night knowing that your family is secured whatever happens to you. Tama? Because you love them so dearly. Now, imagine yourself, you're taken away suddenly. Okay? Fortunately, you were able to prepare for it financially. How do you see your family living their life? Same lifestyle. Okay? So, kahit na nandun ka na sa taas. Okay? So, um, looking down on them, okay, nakikita mo, same lifestyle that they're used to. What if, while looking upon them, parang naririnig mo, sasabihin ng spouse mo to your kids, well, your dad or your mom loved us so much that even after his or her death, still taking good care of us. How does that make you feel? Good? Satisfied? But what if you were not able to prepare for it? You were taken away from the picture, knowing that even after you're gone, what you left them is not a legacy. Well, probably may legacy ka pa rin, ano, siyempre. Pero on top of that, you also left them financial burden. How does that make you feel? Mga nakakausap ko, definitely, sasabihin na they will feel devastated. Malungkot, malungkot. Yung legacy, being a parent, okay, so yes, it's there, pero alam mo na naghirap sila financially because of you. Now, I want to ask you, do you feel the same way? Definitely, you will feel the same way. I'm pretty sure of that because you are a very responsible person. Now, the only question that remains is what are you willing and committed to do today to prevent that from happening? So, what are you prepared to do? That's the question. One more, okay? One more question pala. Had you died last night, which of course, it didn't happen, okay? So, nandito tayo ngayon, nag-uusap tayo, okay? So, if just in case you were taken out of the picture last night, you died last night, what do you think your family would be doing now? Okay. So, what do you think they're doing now? Well, it is quite challenging to predict how exactly our loved ones would react in the event of our unexpected demise. So emotions in such situations vary among individuals, definitely. But aside from emotional turmoil, definitely, we have to attend to the obvious. Ano yun? Preparing for your final send-off. Yung mga obligations, okay? Before they can actually fully mourn for their loss, may mga expenses na talagang they need to attend to. And that is what we call cleanup fund. Have you established a cleanup fund for your loved ones? Okay? Para saan ba yung cleanup fund na yan? To ease the burden. Yung financial burden associated with settling the inevitable final expenses kapag iniwan mo sila. Remember, your expenses don't stop when we pass away. Okay? It persists even after death. Oh, porket ba nawala ka na? Titigil na rin buhay ng pamilya mo? Okay? Yung anak mo titigil sa pag-aaral dahil nawala ka na? No, of course not. Tuloy dapat ang buhay. Okay? So what is a cleanup fund? This means kahit pala sa kabilang buhay, there will still be expenses pa din. Tama? Okay? So, iniwan mo na nga itong mundo na to, nag-iwan ka pa ng mga expenses. Kaya kailangan makapag-prepare ka ng cleanup fund. Okay? All expenses related to your demise will have to be settled. Ang tanong, by whom? Sino magsasettle niyan? It's your choice. Either you prepare for it now and make sure that your family has that security, or become a burden to them. Na even after you're gone, iniwanan mo pa sila ng mga bayarin. So, sige, let me show you now some examples. Okay? So, do you know how much yung funeral expenses cost here in the Philippines? Well, kahit pala yan, ano, inflation still affects it. Okay? All human life. Walang sinisino yan. So, nobody's exempted. Not even after one life's breath. One last breath. Kinuha ka na nga ni Lord. Apektado pa rin pala yung mga expenses mo ng inflation. Well, example, funeral and burial expenses. Okay? It's increasing still, making hard for families to grieve because of financial strain. Okay? According to a recent article in Rappler, the most affordable funeral expense range from 8,000 to 15,000. Mga mid-range may cost up to 250,000. Mga most expensive may start at 300 up to 500,000. Okay? Yung burial lot, okay, another expense pa yan. Iba pa yung paglilibingan mo. Memorial lots cost between 50,000 to almost 1 million depending on the location. Okay? So what if, ayan na nga, funeral and burial expenses yan. Paano kung bago pa mamatay, nagkaroon muna na-hospitalize muna? Okay? Medical and hospitalization bills. And what if, bago ka namatay din, meron ka palang mga naiwang or maiiwanang mga utang. Okay, so ito it doesn't disappear after someone's death. Okay, after the death. Okay, the responsibility of managing and repaying debts typically falls dun sa mga deceased person's estate. Akala nyo hindi namamana ang utang? Well, hindi naman talaga yung per se namamana, pero may law tayo dyan. There is a law regarding that. And it will be a discussion for another topic. Okay? So, debt repayments. So, even if you are gone physically, there are still final expenses pala to consider. Now, I want to ask you, if you're going to have a virtual fund for your cleanup needs, how much do you want it to be? And for you to have a better idea, isulat mo talaga. Funeral and burial expenses, kung sakasakali, itong gusto kong amount. Kung sakaling magkasakit ako bago ako mamatay, itong medical expenses, itong gusto kong paghandaan. Well, this is not being morbid. This is not for you actually. Okay? Remember, kapag naghahanda ka nito, this is not for you. It's for your family, for your loved ones. Okay? Debts, magkano? Other final expenses. Lista mo lahat. And then total it. Okay? Typically, for those I talk to, these are the amounts that they write down. Ayan. Yung funeral, 500,000. Medical expenses, umabot ng 1.5. Okay? So that's the say 500,000. Other final expenses, 500,000. So that's a total of 3 million pesos. Okay? And to prepare you for it, okay? For you to be able to prepare for that need, you have to have a plan. Okay? Let me share with you a solution. This is what we call, or what I call, the React 5. Okay? It is actually a term insurance that can give you maximum coverage at a minimum cost. Ganun lang kasimple yun. We don't want to complicate things. Okay? In case may mangyari sa'yo within 5 years, okay, so kung magkano naman yung magiging coverage mo, it will be given to your family, guaranteed. Okay? You can think of it as your family's safety net. Okay? It's a family safety net. Okay? So, ayan. Untimely demise within those 5 years, kung magkano man ang coverage mo will be given to your family, guaranteed. Okay? How does that make you feel knowing that you are still taking good care of them even after you're gone? So this means there's a security for your family. There's a security for your family. The good thing here is it's very affordable. So regardless if you're working for several years already or just starting pa lang, you will still be able to prepare for it because it will always be within your reach. Okay? Madali lang. And you know what? It actually ensures your insurability. What does that mean? Ngayon, sasabihin ko sa'yo, while you are young and healthy, even if you're working on a budget, secure your future now. Secure the future of your loved ones by insuring yourself. Hanggat bata ka, hanggat healthy ka. Remember, kaya insurance is not because someone must die, but because someone else must go on living. I want you to think about it. That is something for you to think about, contemplate on. Ulitin ko, okay? Insurance is not because someone must die, but because someone else must go on living. So, but wait, aside from the cleanup fund, syempre your family needs to face the loss of income. Okay? Bakit? Kasi, biruin mo yan, no? Yung priorities and indispensable expenses mo, okay? Kapag kinuha ka ni Lord, yan ang mawawala sa kanila. And according to studies, it would take 5 years for a family to adjust kapag nawala ang isang breadwinner. Okay? So magkano yan? That's a total of 1,176,000 per year. So, kung sakasakaling 1.18 million yan, you have to multiply by 5 para makapag-adjust yung give time for your family to adjust. Okay? Oh, nasa sayo ngayon yan. 5 years is the bare minimum. Pag-usapan natin kung gaano katagal mo gustong alagaan pa pamilya mo even after you're gone. Okay? So, magkano magiging total income potential requirement mo? Okay? So, if you're 30 years old, it's actually 8.88 million. Okay? Paano nakuha yan? So, we'll have to multiply yung 1,176,000 by 5. So, plus the 3 million kaninang cleanup fund. So, that's a total of 8,880,000. And you know what? Premium for that, for the next 5 years, 25,551 and 71 cents. That's why I'm telling you, while you're young, nasa 30 years old ka lang ngayon, while you're young, while you're healthy, huwag mo sabihin sa akin na, naku, marami pa akong gastusin. Ayan, oh. Ayan. Pinapakita ko sa iyo ngayon on how you could actually achieve that income protection that you need. 8.8 million. And this is what I'm going to teach you. Okay? Or tell you. Para ma-achieve yan, you just need to stay committed in paying yourself first. Stay committed in paying yourself first. That's it. Okay? So, what do you need to do? Make sure meron kayang yung saving regime na yan, when 20% mo, 20% of your monthly income, use it, save it monthly. Commit yourself. Commit yourself. So that 20% could now be used doon sa financial goals mo. Now, what else? Sinabi ko, dalawa yung, di ba, tips kanina? You have to commit yourself in saving, okay? So that's the 50-30-20 rule. And at the same time, commit yourself in managing your expenses. You just have to stay committed. Diriin mo, 1,176,000. Yun ang kakailanganin ng pamilya ko eh. So if you will stay committed, sige, magkano ba sinesweldo mo ngayon? Let's say 50,000 pesos. At your age, 30 years old ka, 50,000 pesos. O ano ba yung saving regime na ginawa natin? 20%, tama? 20% of 50,000, magkano yan? That's actually 10,000 pesos a month. That's a total savings of 120,000 pesos. 120,000 pesos. Eh magkano ba yung pinakita ko sa yung premium? 25,000, barely umabot ng 26,000 pesos per year for the next 5 years. Ibig sabihin may sukli ka pa. Right? May sukli ka pa. So what does that mean to you? For you? If you will just be committed to that 50-30-20 rule and managing your expenses, okay, that means meron ka na pang income protection. Yung sa 120,000 mo yan, so 120 minus 25,000 or 26,000, let's make it even 26. Okay? Magkano yung matitira? You could actually use that pa yung mga sukli mo for your other financial milestones. I hope you're listening. Okay? Let me show you how it works for you and for your family. Okay? So if meron ka na niyan, 8,880,000, okay? Bigla kang kinuha ni Lord. Okay, so kukunin na kagad dyan yung 3 million pesos for what? For the cleanup fund na kinompute natin kanina. And then, of course, yung pamilya mo, dahil first year ka pa lang nawala, okay? So they need to get that 1,176,000 yung sa priorities and your indispensable expenses. So, ibig sabihin, whatever gastos na meron ka for the priorities and the indispensable, well, hindi masasaktan masyado pamilya mo. Bakit? Ayan, no? You left them with something. You left them the exact amount. So, magkano matitira? 4,704,000. That's gonna be the beginning balance for your family the following year. And then, of course, kailangan na naman nilang mabuhay for the rest of the year. So, kaya na naman nilang i-withdraw yung 1,176,000. So, leaving them with 3.5 million. And that will be the beginning balance the following year. Magwi-withdraw na naman until such time na maka 5 years na. Naubos na yung 8.8 million. And more importantly, it gave them time to adjust. Hindi nila kailangan mag-change ng lifestyle drastically. And that is just for 25,000, just by saving 25,551.71 cents. Parang meron ka ng 8.8 million sa bangko. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So, tanong mo, what if nakakaisang taon pa lang ako magbigay ng 25,000? What will happen? Well, yun nga sinasabi ko, guaranteed na yung 8.8 million. Parang itinabi mo na sa bangko yan. Always ready for your family. Now, there's only one thing left for you to do. Secure your future today. Thank you for joining Akma Insurance Agency's FB Live. We are live every day from Mondays to Saturdays, 8 a.m. on Akma's FB page. Please like and follow our FB and YouTube pages for our latest updates and content. Don't forget to start your day every day with a daily dose of sales caffeine. This is JP Malonzo for Akma General Insurance Agency. Have an amazing day. Bye now.